What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have the Supra Rally brought to you by Justin Williams, Tyler Chatham, and myself.
Alright guys, we're here to talk about the new Supra Rally featuring the Quadfire V2 core and the Propulsion DRS Pearl reactive cover stock. This is a lower end symmetric pearl. Basically it's a friction monster at the end of the day. You'll see, as long as you get into the friction, that thing creates such an angular response down lane. Really doesn't see the front part of the lane almost at all, which is why, if you saw in the video for myself, I'm just creeping left with my feet. As long as I get to the friction, it's still making that really strong spot off the back of the pattern. For me, it's really good for when I'm bowling in high friction centers, some wood back ends, or even just older synthetic surfaces, and lower volume patterns. This is something that I'll definitely have in the bag when I know I'm facing something where it's high friction is expected. Justin, what are your thoughts on this?
Amazingly, I love it. let's start there. So I'm left-handed. Some of you guys know me, some of you don't. I normally don't get right of 20 with any ball, especially a low-end ball like this. The furthest I got was 29. I was standing 29 and just tossing it to 4.
That's easy.
Yeah.
It's a Saturday morning.
That's easy. That's easy. I had fit issues, so it might do it now. But as of now, my ambush doesn't hook that much. And I felt like I was in total control with the ball, and he's right. This thing doesn't see the front part of the lane.
Yeah, so today we compared the Supra Rally here to a few different balls. John had compared the Supra Rally to the Supra Enzo, which was the hybrid version of this ball.
So keep in mind, his Supra Enzo, like, the layouts are way different. Let's start there. What's on the Supra Enzo-ish?
Supra Enzo 70 by 5 by 40, and
the new Rally?
Rally is 45 by 4 by 65.
Yeah, so his Rally's pinned down, and his Enzo's up and to the right somewhere. I don't know. So it's what I see out of it is your Enzo hooks a little bit more because the pin stands up.
Yeah, hooks a little bit
So
earlier.
this one stands down, but you put this down to make it smooth.
Yeah.
So you're good on that aspect.
Which is what I wanted.
Exactly.
Yeah, significantly rounder, I would say, compared to the Rally, and also allowed you to dig in a little bit into the oil. There was a few shots where John got it in the lane where, honestly, the Rally, when it sees that middle part of the lane, sometimes it just goes. It just keeps going.
And it's very rare that I drill a ball for anything but a house shot, so that's pretty much.
Whereas that Enzo, though, where that Enzo, though, right, that actually dug in a little bit.
The Super Enzo is the reason why I signed to Motiv. So, Brett, that's the reason why I signed. Super Enzo, that was it. No other reason. Super Enzo was why I signed the Motiv.
So, so we compared it to the Enzo. Other balls we compared it to today were the Ripcord Launch, as well as the Top Thrill. It just kind of, we did the Top Thrill just because it's next to it on the ball chart. However, these are two night and day different balls. For me, again, I was throwing the Top Thrill. That Top Thrill needs a lot of friction, and it really just, you need to stay on top of the lane to get that ball to hook. Again, I was on top of the gutter more or less, you know, or pitching it out very lightly with some small angles, and it was still chugging to get back. It's not a ball that for me I could just get in and create these steep angles with. But it is a ball, again, if there's very low friction I could use if I wanted to keep my angles a bit straighter, whereas this Rally, I really don't have to worry about the front angles at all. As long as I know I need to get it to the friction down lane, wherever that may be, I know it'll create a really strong reaction off the spot. So although they're next to each other on the ball chart, I really, comparatively, they're not even close to the same. No. And then we also compared it to the Ripcord Launch today as well. So the Ripcord Launch is a medium end oil symmetric pearl. Again, the Rally being a lower end symmetric pearl. Despite that, really, the Ripcord Launch, again, I can get my feet just as far left with it as I want, like the Rally. The difference is the Ripcord Launch is much more forward off the end of the pattern, whereas that Rally is much more just hockey stick left shape. You know, those shots I get to the friction with the Ripcord Launch, it's a bit slower reacting off the spot, and it's more forward. Again, something that's a little more controlled, and honestly, if I get inside of the oil a little bit, I know that launch will still read it and come back and still create a shape, whereas that Rally will be a little too clean and just go a little too far down the lane. Okay, so overall, guys, we can create some really cool shapes and fun angles to the pocket with this Supra Rally here. Don't let the low-end label fool you.
Yeah, just because where it sits in a ball chart doesn't mean that's how it reacts. It's a lot stronger than a Top Thrill, I'll tell you that.
And I can honestly say this is the funnest bowling I've done in quite some time.
I would agree.
I'm not even gonna lie. It was a blast to throw this ball.
Fun.
Yeah.
Funner's a word. We're going to let it go.
Funner's a word.
Like I said, we had some fun just absolutely moving our feet. Left is for the righties here and right for the lefty here.
I went right, so I don't know about you guys. I went right.
You went right and threw it hard. We just kept getting left and just creating that bigger angles to the pocket.
It was great.
Again, absolutely needs friction to see the lane properly. When there's a little more oil there, it's really not going to dig into that lane at all, so it's just going to create a little bit of an erratic response down lane. If you get it to the friction, it's going to create that nice hockey stick motion to the pocket. And again, something that I'm throwing anytime there's lower volume or a high friction house.
Yeah,
so
definitely.